Um, Trauma is something that will be in your head forever. Sometimes it's gonna fuck you up really bad. And people are gonna say, like, oh, just overcome it. Or, oh, just forget about it. But you can't. You can't forget traumas easily. Because they're there to fuck you up forever. The movie You Were Never Really Here, directed by Lynne Ramsay, is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. And I watched that movie like a month ago with my friend. He showed it to me. And I quickly fell in love with it. The cinematography, the music, the acting of Joaquin Phoenix, and everyone else, of course. And the trailer of You Were Never Really Here is more of an action type of movie. You kind of feel like, wow, this movie seems like a really good action movie, but it's not. The movie is about character study. We see bits by bits of his experiences and his past traumas. The movie is not about action. It's not about a man who's wielding a hammer and going out on his way, beating up people left and right for his jobs. No, it's not about the movie. The movie is about him and his past traumas, his past experiences, and it's about a man who is finding a reason to live. He's a struggling man who's trying to find a hope for his life. And before you watch this video fully from now on, I recommend you watch the movie first before you watch this video fully. It's a really short movie. It's worth every second. It's worth every millisecond. So yeah, it's a really great movie to rewatch and stuff. But anyways, I want to talk about the movie more. But yeah, the main character Joe, he takes off his mother. He loves his mother. While he takes care of his mother, he does weird stuff. What is he doing? Why does he have scars on his body? Why does he sometimes try to choke himself with a plastic bag? Why does he do it? This is why the movie is great. Trauma in realistic way, we won't explain it to people left and right unless you're comfortable with that person. Unless they're like your friend or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, like, hey, I have a problem with this, I can't really do it well. Or yeah, there's a lot of things that traumas can come from. It can be like when you're washing your dishes and one of the glass breaks and you get heavy bleeding from it, and since then on you're scared of cleaning the glass or whatever. Or it could be your past girlfriend or boyfriend who's been really abusive and who manipulated you. Or it could be your boss that at your job who yelled at you 24/7 because you couldn't do well in that job because you didn't know what to do, you're new there. Or it could be your parents who's being abusive towards you and your mother couldn't help you much. She just stood there and watched you while you're getting beat up by your stepfather. The traumas are gonna mess you up forever. They're not there to remind you that, hey, you've been through this. They're not there. The traumas aren't there for you to mock you or anything. The traumas are just there. It's just your past experience you've been through. And it's unfortunate because no people should ever go through that. In the cheesy or corny movies, the movie will explain to the viewers what the character has, what kind of traumas he has. Like, it's like a spark of light when you put on a switch. It's that obvious. The movie will explain to the viewers. But in this movie, you were never really here. They will tell the viewers about Joe's character throughout the whole movie vaguely, and it's by piece. And we see it through Joe's eyes, not the movie. And we don't see the traumas from the movie's perspective. We see the traumas from Joe's perspective. The character in this movie, we see it from his perspective. Throughout the normal days, he remembers the traumas that he's been through day by day, night by night, all the fucking hours. That's the traumas. Those are traumas. Traumas are something that will mess you up forever. Traumas are like puzzles in your head. They're just piece by pieces of fragments of memories that it will be in your head forever. And it's not fun. It's not fun about that. It's unfortunate that some people has to go through this, and the movie has really done well about people going through traumas and how they're dealing with it. Our main character tries to forget about it by taking care of his mother. He laughs sometimes, and sometimes his mother reminds him of his traumas because not of she says like, "Oh, you had this bad experience. You had like I'm sorry about your father," that kind of stuff. No, it's not about that. She, for example, she mentioned his past girlfriend, and Joe just remembers. And we cut to this. We see him leaning towards the train tracks. Is he gonna jump? But then when he looks to his left, we see a woman with a bruise on her cheek. And it could mean anything, but one of the things I theorize is that his traumas led to him, harming others. And one of the people he harmed was his girlfriend at the time. That's trauma. It's either gonna make you wanna kill yourself, or it's gonna cause harm to others. That's trauma. You can't forget them easily. And traumas aren't really helpful, of course. But the movie You Were Never Really Here is one of the greatest things I've ever watched, like I said. But I have no scripts to talk about it because I'm trying to go on my way memory by memory because I watched it like, what, 5 times now? In the past 2 weeks, I think. And like I said, this video will contain spoilers, but in the movie, this is called Nina. And near the end, when she was captured, there's this character called Williams, and Williams is the government of the city where Joe lives. And he later found out that Williams died, and Governor Williams got killed by Nina, and he starts breaking down. And I was like, why? He should be happy of the little girl Nina. She handled herself, but then it clicked like a switch. Nina doesn't need his protection, and he feels hopeless. And I was like, oh, he's just a man, a tired, exhausted, and poor man who has been through so much, and he couldn't even protect Nina, the little girl, or his mother, or the people around him. She doesn't need him, and he felt helpless. He's just finding a reason to live. Or I don't know if that's selfishness, that he wants to be a hero, or he wants to feel good that what he's done. But to me, that's just Joe feeling helpless, and he wants to help others because throughout his whole life, the bad experience he's had, he's tired of being helpless, of being a prey towards this monster. That's the trauma. He wants to forget about it the best as he could. He tries to forget about these traumas with, putting out emotions towards these disgusting men. We don't see the actions, what he's done to the people, because that doesn't even matter. We know what he's gonna do to them. With the hammer that he wields, he saves people. He's a hitman. He's a hired hitman. But we know at the end, the trauma is still gonna be with him, even if he did save Nina. But it's just a movie about a man who is just struggling with the past experiences. And that's what I like about the movie. It's realistic, it's beautiful, and well acted, of course. And it's a movie about why trauma is scary.